I thought a hater said something. Not trying to take a real G out. No. And now I gotta wait on YouTube to give all of my subscribers the notification that I'm live again, child. Y'all know they be trying to take a real queen down. Mm-hmm. You know what happened, Taryn. Y'all know what happened. Y'all know what happened. Cha. Cha. Now, I was going to keep this live really cute. I was going to read Cardi B. Distant academics, and I said, let me stop because he wanted YouTube favorites. As soon as I said that, they cut my shit. As soon as I said it, I saw my little reconnecting. I was like, oh, y'all tried it. I'm drinking aqua today. They kicking me out, and I ain't even on no real bullshit. I ain't had time to get to the liquor store or nothing. Now, I was going to read Cardi B and then let y'all pick the topic, but now it'd be messy. So I'm going to finish. Lucian Grange is his name. See, before they cut my live, I was trying to remember the man's name. To my Lucius Lion. Lucian Grange. His son is the one that is the big boss over there at Atlantic now. And like I was saying, DJ Academics and Co., that's not y'all friend. Y'all is his employees. Look like he got somebody else on the payroll too. But I'm gonna keep it a little bit cute because I see what we doing. And it's Friday the 13th. I feel like playing too. Want to play a game? Not y'all. I'm not talking to y'all in my chat. You guys want to play a game? I do. It's called Catch the Lamb. Now, after I finish my live, I eat my griot, my weed man drop off my plants, and I go pick up my car from the fixing man. I'm gonna come home and play a game. Thank you, Sven. Thank you. It's the day of Venus, my day. I'm gonna play a game on Friday the 13th. YouTube, wanna play? Anybody wanna play? You guys like games, right? Anyways, I was saying this is Lucius Grange's son that oversees Atlantic, and before I got rudely interrupted, I was saying this is why academics, he's not your friend. He shows up as the emperor, not a king, not a page, not a knight. I don't even know what chopped means, Doug, but Elliot Grange, that's his name, the son's name. Okay. Hopes and fears for Cardi B is the Two of Pentacles. I believe she's hoping that she gets her budget, that she gets a budget. Even if it's a small one, she'll make it work this time. I am not your sis, Abdallah. You are no kin to me. I don't know you. Fun fact, please nobody ever sis me because I don't like that. We're not that formal. I have two sisters, and they G's. Y'all could never. So don't sis me, please. I'm probably a lot older than you, too. So don't sis me. Outcome for Cardi B, the moon. It'll look like something on the surface, but it'll be something behind the scenes. I also hope that she's not pregnant, because if she is, it's not Offset's. And she's still married. I see the Ten of Cups on the bottom. Cardi B's a lover girl. She loves when she's in a relationship. More than she wants to be the queen of rap, she wants a happy family. A husband at home that doesn't cheat, or at least does it privately, but still stays with her. The kids, everybody in one house, so that she can have the Ten of Cups image and idea, even if it hurts a little, as long as he stays home. The moon, spirit. The moon and the lovers. The star. The high priestess. Cardi B, what the fuck is this? You've got the moon, the lovers, the star, and the high priestess reverse. Your outcome is the one major arcana clarified by three major arcanas. Belcalis. First and foremost, since these are major arcanas, then there are multiple elements to this outcome. The first thing that I gauge is they may not completely drop her, or they may not publicly admit to it. The label isn't going to come out and expose Cardi B. I believe they let academics do that, because they're the label. They're not going to address stuff like that. However, Cardi B's in a bind. And if she didn't know before, she knows now. I believe what we will see is a lot of fronting. Even in her relationship, something about her relationship here. Now, the lovers is here because she's still legally married, but the lovers usually comes up when there's a third party that helps these two people. Now, this is Cardi and Offset. They're separated, so we can say that this angel is coming to help at least one person within this. It's a third party in the marriage, but they're benevolent to the people, because Offset and Cardi are separated. So Offset isn't necessarily mad at Stefan and Cardi for being together, and Cardi likes him. So this is her situation, not being divorced, being with Stefan. Again, I don't want this to be a baby, simply because I don't think Cardi B wants to have that situation. She seems to have wanted to have all her kids by one man. Is Offset asking for paternity for the youngest, Blossom? Cardi B, is Offset asking for paternity for the youngest baby? This outcome ain't got nothing to do. You think they come in the game trying to replace Nick? Is Offset asking for paternity for the youngest baby? Because if so, has he ever asked for paternity or questioned paternity for the youngest baby? I'm going to ask that first. Okay, I'll wait till somebody says something. Cardi. He should, Nicole said. Let me look into this lovers before I say what the fool behind the lovers. Now that's a court situation. I think she also wanted to release, first of all, she wanted to release an album or some projects right now. She's got some good and bad publicity, especially from that boat situation. So I think she's trying to utilize the momentum that because I remember her saying that she missed the momentum of launching when she came out with Stefan. And so now it's like there's some momentum, her and Offset, her and the boat situation. Now she's trying to launch. I also think that I see people saying that Blossom and this new baby ain't his. I'm going to say that that is if anybody has a concern, I kind of do too. And if it's not the baby that she had, then it's a baby that she might have. Because this moon here, the lovers, the relationship, and the the situationship everybody got going on while these married couples are the star. That's the putting on. That's putting on. But then the high priestess here is in reverse too, so that's a secret. Let me look behind this high priestess. If something in particular comes out, then I'm gonna just call it how I want to say. People say she currently pregnant. Might be. Six of Wands. She's got a secret going on. Now, whatever this secret is, she's already aware about it. There's something brewing. And there's a mixture of using the momentum. There's a mixture of lies and deceit. It involves her relationship. It involves her career, which is why I feel like this moon is a baby. Either one she might have in the future or the one she just had. If it's the one she just had, if it shows up as her outcome, then something about her youngest child will come up and be something, considering she's got this as her outcome in a crash out, I believe, in her near future. Something in the milk in Cardi's camp isn't clean and it will spill over soon. There will be an attempt to clean up, hide, fix some things. But I'm not going to be prone to believing it when it happens. I'll know what it is and I'll say that's what that thing is. And no, it's not true. Let me look into this crash out in the near future. It's definitely a crash out. And it could be from one or three things. Because somebody, Kevin Hart, at the award show, made a joke about her being on the boat with those drugs. DJ Academics exposed her label situation. And then there's always the offset of it all. Crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out. Crash out, crash out. Now the magician. I don't know what this is. Who's a Gemini? Is DJ Academics a Gemini? He smells like one. Not saying they smell bad, but his energy. Geminis are master trolls. Kanye West, Trump. Is DJ Academics a Gemini? Because if it is, the crash out will be triggered by him exposing her. Does anyone know? I don't feel like going to Google. But if I must, don't ask me no shit like that, Musty Sock. Did I say anything about Trump besides him being a Gemini? He's a Taurus. Don't worry about do I look like I like you or Trump? No. So get the fuck out of here. Oh no, a witch. Oh yes, a witch. If these people really thought I was a witch, they wouldn't be trolling me. They don't believe that themselves, even if they should, because they wouldn't be in here bothering me. He's a Taurus. I don't know who or what this is, and I don't feel like I pulled it in the right position because it fell out of my hand and I picked it up. I'm nobody's little mama. I'm a big mama. I'm closer to 40 than I am 21. Okay? I'm not a little mama. I'm not a sis. But thank you. I don't know what this Gemini is. I feel like I pulled it wrong. It could be somebody since he's a major arcana. Tenzin, are you talking to me? Or are you talking to the trolls? I don't feel like letting you stay around to find out. Nobody preaches in my chat. I respect and disrespect who I want to. You don't see YouTube coming for me? Y'all better leave me alone before I throw a hex on your whole family. Dressed in all black like the Omen. I'm not sure who this Gemini is. It doesn't have to be a Gemini. Could be her label people, the person who's in charge of allowing her to do things at her label. It could be Elliot. I think it's Elliot. And he doesn't have to be a Gemini. I think her next crash out is going to be because DJ Academics made her aware of what her label situation is. If that happened to me, putting myself in her shoes, I could see why she would crash out, because finding out that you're not going to be a priority when you were, finding out that things have changed overnight, that if we know Cardi B, then that warrants a crash out. I smell one in the atmosphere. And then I smell some kind of conspiracy. Maybe a cleanup, maybe a trying to hide and conceal the fact about what her label situation is. I don't know if she's pregnant, but she might be. And if she is not yet, then she's on her way to becoming so. I smell a spite, baby. The moon card, if it represents pregnancy, there's usually a conspiracy behind it and an intention behind it. That's not like, oh, I want to, you know, bring a healthy life into this world and raise it to be, something like that. It's something else. And Cardi B, because she fiends for relationships and companionship and stuff like that, I don't think she wants to lose Stefan, because Offset has been going steady with his girlfriend. I don't think she wants to lose Stefan and be embarrassed. So a baby might do the trick. Whose daughter is she? Oya. Oya, I am a daughter of Oya, and I didn't hear Oya claim her. I'm a daughter of Oya. Definitely. I actually used her last night in a client ceremony. I sure did. Right in front of that, right there. I was right there. Me and Oya. Right there. I don't know though. Oya, you claim Cardi B? Let's find out. Is Oya as fit as me? You'll find out probably. Trolling like that, you'll probably find out. Y'all be thinking stuff is a game. I could tell you're white because no person of color would actually try something that they know, an energy that they know is real, just as real as the energy coming out of my lamp. That's how I know that you're one of, what your ethnicity is. And you'll find out if she fitter than me quicker than I will. I don't have to see her muscles. I see her nurturing. You though, you will find out if she's fit more before I will. So you come back and you tell me when you find out. It's certain things in life I don't play with. And if you weren't a troll and if you were somebody who really was watching my channel genuinely, truly, you would know that nothing I do here is to be played with. I just told y'all Monday to be careful out there with them protests because them people was going to roll out some militia on y'all. And 24 hours later, what happened? In fact, here in Florida in Brevard County, they said, if you in the streets in front of our cars, we'll run you over. They said, we will tell your family where to pick up your remains. We will put our dogs on you. We will kill you. He said it verbatim. I told y'all that on Monday, and then it happened on Tuesday. So don't come here trolling me and my spirits like I ain't already showed and proved to y'all what's going on here. Now, you can troll me all you want to, but asking questions about Oya, something that existed before your monkey ass, good luck to you when you find out and you let me know how fit she is. There's certain things I don't play with. I'll let you play with it all day, though. Child. Oh, y'all, do you claim Cardi B? Oh, y'all don't even want to be here right now because I don't think she wants to deal with this. She like, let you and them other spirits entertain these people. Oh, y'all ain't got time for y'all. So I'm not even going to ask if that's a daughter of Oya because Cardi B probably even be playing with the spirits. No, she's not a daughter of Oya. Daughters of Oya get divorced because Oya is divorced. You see what Shango did to her? And went and crept over there with her sister, Oshun? No, daughters of Oya end up one of the hallmarks is if you in a relationship and that shit don't work out, it don't linger. You get divorced. Oya gets you divorced. I know she's of Dominican descent. There are plenty Orishas and Lua that will claim her. I don't see it as Oya. I don't see that because she's not divorced. And her and Offset are done. Oya would have severed that. The divorce would have happened. Whether Offset would have been the one to do it or not. That's not a hallmark of Oya. That's the hallmark of Oshun. She's a lover girl. Oshun likes the attention of it all. She likes to be adored and lusted after and all of that stuff. No, Oya was Shango's first wife. Flynn, you said you're learning a lot. Oya was Shango's first wife. And then Oshun, you know, she came over there. Hey, Shangi. Oh, hey, sis. I just came over here to see about the kids that you don't have. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't have kids. Meanwhile, Oshun came over to beautiful and pregnant, glowing and pregnant, glowing with fertility. Like how Coi Leray is beautiful and pregnant. Coi Leray pregnant. She came over there like, hey, Shangi, with them pregnant milky titties. Oh, hell yeah. I came over here to see if you was pregnant yet, like me. Probably because she's an air sign, a Libra. The harsher aspect of Venus. Oshun would be the Taurus side of Venus. Oya could be considered the justice side of, but no. There are hallmarks. I'm divorced. I don't have kids. My first husband, we couldn't go to long haul because he had other interests that involved chromosomes that I don't have. So the divorce happened. Period. It happened. And so Shango was like, well, you're right. Oh, y'all can't give me no kids. And Oshun, them titties is sitting up nice and that ass is assy. She good and fertile. The other problem was Oya was too fierce. She was too fierce. She didn't play the radio. Shango was scared of Oya. That's why he couldn't go back to her. He still dilly-dallied with Oshun, but not Oya. She wasn't having it. She wasn't having it. So you're not going to treat her any kind of way. You're not going to string her along in a marriage that's done and be living a separate life with a woman in a house that Oya pay for while you over here getting a gut full of another man. That's not Oya's business. No, 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 no. No. Oya will die alone before she dies without her respect. Shango cut off her ear because she went in at it. He had to fight that bitch back. He had to fight her back with force because she was coming for his neck. He had to chop her ear off. And he didn't mean to. He was probably trying to chop her head off, but she was quick with it. Oya is, I don't see Cardi B as a daughter of Oya, but let Oya speak for herself. I don't see it, though, as a daughter of Oya. I don't see it. My wig too long? You know what probably ain't too long on you? You know what people will never say is too long on you? You will never hear somebody say something is too long on you. You will never hear your name, Bronkman96, and too long in the same sentence ever. Unless we're talking about your toes, fingers, neck, or arm. Never anything else, though. Feet, too. But not the part that matters. Not the part that matters, sugar. So let me wear my long wig and you just deal. You just enjoy the parts on you that are longer than the parts that ain't long. I'm going to just say it like that. All right. Because you'll never hear that. Bitches will tell me my legs long, my wig long. I hear long shit all day. I got a long, graceful neck, all of that. But you, on the other hand, you know what you probably hear? Where is it? Long? Where is that? You probably hear, get off me, don't you? Get up. I'm finna leave. That's the stuff you hear on the regular. Ill. Set up. Shango cut that bitch off. She fought Shango. And he was about to lose his life. He said, oh, somebody help. He didn't know which way she was coming from because she's the wind. He didn't know which way to shoot that lightning bolt. He was shooting with his eyes closed, just shooting because he didn't know which way she was coming from. He was in the middle of her tornado. Help! Ah, somebody, get that bitch off me. And then she came back in her human form out of her tornado form and was like, nigga, you cut my ear off. Yes. Oshun is Oshun is a feisty little one. I could see Cardi B being a daughter of Oshun. Not Oya. Not Oya. Because Cardi B play around in ways that a child of Oya will not. The radio don't even get played. Only aux cord. We play it from our phone. We don't play the radio because we ain't got time for what you want to hear. All right. Oya, since you are in my courts. Spirits. Oya. Is Cardi B a daughter of Oya? Please answer me in one card. Does Oya claim Belcalis Almanzar? If she is, she is. She must be one of her younger daughters, though. I don't know. Might be one of the younger ones, and I'm one of the older ones. I don't know. I don't know my younger siblings. This is Cardi B because she's an air sign. She might be. Might be. Unfortunately, Cardi B, you probably need to set up an altar for Oya. Give her an offering. Cardi B, call me. There's a coconut bath that you do for Oya to appease her. You usually do that when you find out that you're one of hers, and you've been living and you don't know how to live according to her to appease her. So they'll usually tell you to do that once you find out that you're her daughter. You need to do this cleanse, Cardi B, because you do have Oya on your head. But I don't think that she's pleased with you now because you are not acting in her nature. That's probably why your life seems to be in a whirlwind and it's filled with constant crash outs. You need to appease Oya, and I'm going to tell you how for free. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I am. As a daughter of Oya, a fellow Libra, Sun, Aries, Moon. Why, Oya? Why? All right. All right, Cardi B, your big sister's here. Culture. Oya is an energy. Cultures give her names, but she is an energy that existed before the cultures did. Now she's most known. She first revealed herself to the Yoruba people, but she might be called something else in everybody else's culture. Her energy is the same. Many cultures recognize the same energies. It's not like the world is just full of all these different gods that belong to cultures, although there are many of them are the same, just they reveal themselves to each different culture in a different way. But the Yoruba people are hers. Those were the first people to know Oya and give Oya to the world. Is she African? Every old god, every old god. These Orisha were believed to be human beings. Now, they're old enough to have been very advanced and elevated human beings, which is why we recognize them as godlike figures. And their energy was so potent that they do have that energy to where it can be utilized by large groups of people over periods of time, like a god. But I'm simplifying it to science and energy so that the people who don't understand these deities when I call them by name and start trolling my spirits won't do that again. So I'll explain it in science, in a language that people who are not indigenous to this earth or original to this earth can understand. It's an energy. It's Oya is the energy of change, swift change, like a hurricane, like a tornado together, a hurricane and a tornado. Like once she comes through, nothing is left standing and nothing is left the same. So the only thing you can do is rebuild from the ground up. That type of change. It's fierce. She's fierce, and it's a she because the energy is a feminine energy. It's a protective energy. It usually manifests itself as a protective force around women, children, especially single women, single mothers, and widows, divorcees, women who are abused, like she was, or the story of it was. And so that's why that energy is so fond of those types of people. And you might encounter that energy as a storm in your life, one that you can't weather. And so it is an energy, but even energies have a consciousness, which is why we call them Orisa or Loa or gods or goddesses or things like that, because they have evolved even in their energy to a level where they hold a conscious as well. And so Cardi B, there is a bath that you can do. You are Dominican, so you should know it. It's a coconut one. Do it. And yeah, she seems to be. I don't think she knows though, because she doesn't operate like that. And when you don't, especially with Oya, if she's not properly placed in your life, meaning if she doesn't get the recognition about being somebody that's on your side in your life and energy that is partial to you, then it's going to be impartial to you. Yes, and guards the cemetery. It's another reason why I'm a regular there. For all of my members, y'all know I just took y'all to the cemetery with me to collect graveyard dust, graveyard dirt. So that's that with that. That's Cardi B. So what else did you guys tell me to look into? I wasn't supposed to read on her that long. Actually, when I found out I was a daughter of Oya, I was a little disappointed because I was like, this means that my love life is always gonna go exactly how I envision it to go, and that's okay. But if I was a daughter of Oshun, I wouldn't stand. I would compromise more with my standards. I won't say settle, but I would be willing to compromise on more. I cannot compromise because I feel like what I require in companionship isn't a lot. I'm very self sufficient, so the things most women require, I don't. Um, but as a daughter of Oya, dating can be difficult as well. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why I was like, oh shit. I actually found out while I was married, and then my divorce happened. We separated like 2 years later. Kendrick and Drake, okay. Oya was actually the first spirit to claim me. The very first, besides my ancestors, the very first. Aw, beautiful Yamoya. Fly God. I love you all. I like you, water daughters and sons. Water daughters and sons. JD, if you don't know, that it means you don't have a deity pulling at you, and that is a good thing, in my opinion. If anybody feels like they don't know who a deity is, who crowns them, you may not have a deity crowning you. That's different, because when a deity crowns you, when you're a daughter of someone, then you're a daughter of them. They require things from you. I'm demonic. This is demonic. But I ain't asked nobody to drink no blood or eat no flesh yet. I ain't tell nobody they was going to hell. I didn't ask nobody for no money. I'm the demon and I need Jesus. Don't you got to do a blood ritual and cannibalism for that? Anyways, um, when you are when you have a deity on you, you would know. Now it's different. Everybody has ancestral spirits, meaning spirits that walk with you and probably you've accumulated through your family's lineage. Being a daughter is or a son of a spirit is different because it comes with responsibility. And if they're not properly placed in your life, it comes with chaos. So you can live your whole life going through a whole life of trauma and chaos because you don't know that, because of the nature of your spirit and how it aligns with that energy, that you have to operate a certain way. Yes, Mami Wata is Yamoya and Benin, and I would like to say that everybody is a daughter of Mami Wata. So everybody is technically a daughter of Yamoya, but not everybody is called as one of her like priestess daughter, where you have to honor her in your daily life. And if you don't, then it's problems. You should. You should. Now, listen, there's ways that you will know. Some of the hallmarks of it is, to be honest, a really hard, traumatic life that seems like the odds are always stacked against you, always. And it seems like you were born into unfavorable circumstances that nothing you do can make it right. That is the number one indicator, because there is something that can be done to make it right, and that's usually an acknowledgement of your nature. It's not that, it's the God. It's you have a nature that is similar to that energy. And so you can learn from the stories of those deities about how to live so that you, according to your nature, it's not even a religious requirement. It's you have a different nature, and in order to exist in this world, you have to adapt and do things a certain kind of way. My life didn't turn from trauma until triumph until last year. That situation with Andrew and Natasha, it was the last of me not asserting myself and my position. And I was already pretty much asserted, but I didn't come into my full power until I found out that I did not have cancer and that trauma was taking me out. And I said, no more. I deserve to live an abundant life just because. If I've never done anything to deserve the things that I've been through, then that means I also don't need to do anything to deserve better. Then, when my mind changed, when I acknowledged that I was born deserving, the last final boss for me was breaking that last bondage that Christianity taught, that you're born a sinner, you're born unworthy, you're born in needing of salvation. Being told that throughout your life will subconsciously plant unworthiness in you, subconsciously. And no telling what that unworthiness will manifest into as you grow older, trying to live up to that standard that you never can. That was the final boss in my full transformation, because I didn't know why I was still self destructing that way until I was faced with a trauma by two people who I loved probably more than I respected myself, because I ignored red flags, thinking something was wrong with me and everything was right with them. Then, when, like Judas, they stabbed me in my heart and in my back, and then I ended up with cysts, big, huge cysts in my breasts. Immediately after that, 2 days, going to the doctor's office, and they rushed me into a mammogram and a sonogram because of the size of these lumps in my breast that didn't even exist before I signed a partnership contract with them. Energetically, you see how that works? And then the minute that I got that sonogram back, and she said that it wasn't, but my doctor, not some psychic, not a spiritualist, my doctor was the one who said, you have very dense breasts. You have lumpy, dense breasts, so you'll always have to get them checked out because they're lumpy and cysty, but there's no cancer in them as of now, and you don't need to come back until next year. She said, however, I am aware that you just experienced a trauma, and you do have dense breasts in both of your breasts, but I acknowledge that the breast that was affected was the one over your heart, your left breast. And that's when my medical doctor spoke to me about trauma and the effects of trauma. She said people die from heartbreaks all the time. So don't let anything make you sick anymore. That's what my doctor told me. She said people die from broken hearts all the time. And after that, I said I didn't deserve to be brought to what I felt like was a life or death situation because of being hurt so badly that my body didn't even know how to handle the shock except but to internalize that impact and then have a physical ailment. So I say that to say, energetically, based on your nature, there's a way for you to operate in order to have good outcomes. And acknowledging a spirit isn't necessarily so spiritual and esoteric and mystical. It's aligning yourself or learning how to align yourself with that deity's energy, the way their energy is, so that you can embody that, so that you no longer have to be out of alignment. That's why they call you a daughter of a certain deity, because that deity is the representation of a certain energy in a certain way to operate in a energy based on your nature. So if you are a daughter of Oya, then you should learn things about Oya and her nature, what offends her, what pleases her. That's not to worship a God. That's to understand that energy and that nature so that you can mimic it and apply it to your own life and then see the same results. Like if you're a daughter of Oya, there's certain things that you should stay away from, especially F ninjas. Daughters of Oshun can deal with them because, F ninjas get wooed by the beauty and feminine fertility energy of Oshun, even though she's just as lethal. Because when dudes fall in love with her, she'll break their hearts. F ninjas will never be able to coexist with the daughter of Oshun. A daughter of Oya. Somebody, usually the daughter of Oya will get hurt. And then she'll end up, if she doesn't know what energy she's in, she'll probably end up crashing out. When the best way to avoid that is to know what your nature is and know what type of people work with you, what type of people don't work with your nature. It's as simple as that. So anybody calling me a witch, what you should be calling me is a scientist or a genius, because the only reason we explain these things on mystical levels is that's how they were explained to the masses to keep your dumbass out. Now, when I explain it in more practical scientific terms like energy and things that you can understand, then you feel dumb and I don't seem so witchy, do I? It's science. It's nature and science. It just so happens to be so powerful and effective because it's just nature and science that somebody decided to delude you about how to really access it. And if you think I'm a witch, you're probably white. And I don't have any problem with white people, but white people fear all sorts of Native African religious or spirituality. You guys called it black magic. You guys called it evil. And you guys only called it evil because you guys had a reason to be afraid of it. If you was doing something wrong to black people, then you probably had a reason to fear their spirituality. But if you're on the right side of righteous, why would voodoo scare you? It's a healing system. If you're afraid of me, it's called power that you're afraid of. And I didn't want this power, like Beyonce said, but I got it. And if you're afraid of it, you should fucking be. Now, that's a little history, science, a little education for the trolls. I know black people do too. But they learned that not from each other, not when we were by ourselves, not when we was just over there by ourselves doing it. Because who would have told us what we were doing was evil? Which one of us that was doing it together? It's not a greasy forehead. It's called good skin, bitch. It's called natural oils on your skin. See, that's not greasy forehead, bitch. That's just glassy skin. It's just glass. It's no pores. I'm this close. I barely got pores. And I'll be 38 this year. That's why y'all really mad. That's why y'all mad. Because I'm black. I am not apologetic. I'm smart and witty enough to keep you trolls on your feet. I'm attractive and intelligent. And I know who I am. And I'm unwavering. And on top of that, I'm intact with my spidey senses and my superpowers. That's why y'all troll me so bad. That's why y'all mad. Original face, good skin. Bitch, all I do is drink water. I don't even use that shit y'all use. I don't need injections. I don't even need a nose job. Do you see this natural nose? Chiseled to the gods. Chiseled to the gods. Okay? Do you see the cheekbones that y'all get facelifts for and fillers? Not a filler. You see these lips? Juicy, ain't it? Not a filler in sight. Not a Botox. And I'm finna be 38. 38 in a couple of months. That's why y'all mad. That's why y'all troll me and say stuff like make it clap, turn around, witch. Y'all hate to see a bitch like me. And I say bitch in all my godliness. Y'all hate to see a real bitch like me with some mental power, with spiritual power. Y'all hate to see it. Look at the reviews on my page. I wake up every day to somebody saying, your magic worked. Your magic worked. You could do it too if you shut up and listen. If you understood that I ain't a witch, I'm a human. And as a human being, magic is at my fingertips. It's my birthright and my authority to use. So that means if you in my way, I'm well within my rights to move you out. And I'm well within my right to pop my shit and be unapologetic when a bunch of trolls are on my platform where I am being kind, gracious, and loving with my community of supporters, minding our business. And you're on here being disrespectful and unhumane, all in your lower animalistic energy. Chill out. No, Pat. Don't block him. I want you to stay in here. You feel hit, don't you? You feel hit. You want to know why you feel hit? Because you're probably 23 and you thought that we were the same age. That's why you want me to chill out. Because you thought we was the same age and you probably 23. Ha ha! Ha ha! But we ain't. But we ain't. Talking about some chill out, damn. What have I said that's been offensive? It's Friday the 13th. I'm in the mood. Y'all need to know. And since the good old boys are out threatening people's lives for protesting in the street, even though I don't think y'all should protest because I don't think that's effective, y'all telling people y'all gonna drag them with cars, hose them down, sick dogs on them. I see what the agenda is, and I've been real cute because I'm on YouTube. But since they tried to disconnect me today, y'all will know. Y'all will know that I'm trying to find who's scared of any of you, of any of your kind, a troll, of any of you. Who's scared? You know what I sense in you trolls and the likes of you? Fear. 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 Every time you guys get afraid, you get violent.